going to do macaroni and cheese. First, we're going to make the cheese sauce. This recipe is easy to adjust, if you don't want it is quite as spicy. We're using a product called Rotel, or chopped tomatoes with chilies. You can find no-name brands, and that's actually what we have here is one of the no-name brands. And so they have some heat to it. And I use about a quarter cup, about a third of the can, something like that. Some of my friends, they use like half the can. They really like it hot. And other people, you might only want to use a tablespoon or even leave it out altogether. So you can play with the heat on it that way. We also have some roasted red peppers, and they are really yummy as well. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the cashews smooth. So we'll go ahead and put our cashews in, and we have 2 cups of water, but we're only going to put in enough water, just these measuring cups, I tell you, just to cover the top of the cashews. Remember, the least amount of water, the creamier it will get, because the cashews, it's actually a physics lesson. The cashews are actually friction, and they're rubbing up against each other, and that helps them to go creamy. Okay. Well, we might have to start and stop it a couple times. Let's go ahead and press some of those. All right. All right. So now we're going to add the rest of our ingredients. Pretty simple. Finish the water and our roasted red peppers. Oh, those look good. They smell so good. I wish you could smell those. They just smell wonderful. Some lemon juice. Give it some zip. You can adjust the lemon juice to taste. Yeast flakes, which helps me give it that cheesy taste. And then we have our salt, garlic powder, and onion powder. And that's going to go in. There we go. And then this is our spicy tomatoes. Chopped tomatoes with chilies, all kinds of names for it. So there you go. And we're just going to whiz that all up. Have a look at it. Ah, yeah, that's nice and orange. Smells great. Now, the recipe shows you that you can use some cornstarch or oats to thicken this and cook it over the stove. Like if you're going to use it for your tacos as a dip, you'd want to do that. But since we're going to put it in some macaroni, and pasta likes to absorb those liquids, we're not going to need to do that step. I think I'm just going to blend that just a little bit more. There we go. And this makes about 5 cups or so. We're only going to need half of that in our macaroni and cheese. Depends how cheesy you want to make your macaroni. And so let me just bring the macaroni over here. Now, maybe that doesn't look like macaroni to you. That's because it's shells. I thought it'd be nice to do something different. And so I wanted to show you that macaroni and cheese does not have to be on just the little elbows. That's what those are called, the macaroni. They're called macaroni elbows or elbows. So we'll go ahead and put, I'd say about half of that in there. And we may want more. If you're going to serve this right away, it'll be fine. If you're going to let it sit or make a casserole, you could probably add all of it because it will absorb it right up. And as the macaroni is hot, I don't know if you can see that steam. The macaroni is hot. And so it's actually going to thicken that cashews. Cashews will thicken with water when you cook them and get a little thicker, and so it just makes it a little more creamy. Now this recipe also has, optional, is some canola oil. It adds omega-3 and a really rich, creamy taste to it. We've left it out to keep the fat content down for you today.